arguing that no court order mandates her recall. A spokesman, Yemi, said the court only advised a review without issuing a directive. He also noted the senator was found in contempt, fined 5 million naira, and ordered to apologize, actions she allegedly hasn't fulfilled.
Akpoti, on the third, told journalists she plans to approach the appellate court for clarity. She described the suspension as illegitimate and claiming it undermines our right to represent our constituencies and violates constitutional provisions requiring lawmakers to attend a minimum number of sittings annually.
Very true. We still have Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. Thank you so very much, Barrister, for hanging on.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Barrister, thank you so very much once more. Barrister, let's get talking on this particular matter. As much as lots of people would love to wave it aside, I think it's still very important that we talk about this, not from a place of affirmative action because she is a woman, but let's just look at it from history. We've never seen any serving senator, I would love to believe, from the First Republic to the Fourth Republic that we have now, that has been suspended as much as Natasha has seen herself. Don't you think this is clearly, stepping on the rule of law at this point? What's your take?
I'm not too sure whether or not that your position is correct, because I remember Mr. Ali Ndume was suspended. Probably it was 3 months or 6 months.
Yes, he was. Yes, he went to court and was recalled back.
Hey, that's not that's a different thing. You are saying there is nobody that has been suspended in that manner.
No, I'm talking about for as long as 6 months. For as long as 6 months. That's what I mean.
And that's why I said I'm not too sure whether I'll be correct if I say you are not apt in your position, because I know Mr. Senator Ali Ndume was suspended, I think, for that 6 months or so.
Yes.
So he was thereafter cut because of the order of court.
And Ningi too. Ningi and Senator Ningi.
Yes. So that shows that it has happened, but it was later cut short because of the order of court in that regard. So for me, the issue we have on ground now, the debate regarding what is happening regarding Natasha's suspension and regarding the court issue. I'm not talking about the fact of the case, what led to her suspension. I'm talking about the judgment already on ground now regarding whether she should return or not. I think I align with the Senate that there is nothing in that judgment that required Natasha to return to the House or that mandated the Senate to recall her. What I have, I've read the judgment. It's a 12-paragraph judgment. With due respect, I think that judgment was not properly written. So
how do you mean? How do you mean, Barrister, that's not properly written?
Yes, because it's inchoate. It's inchoate to an extent. The judgment is inchoate. Inchoate in the sense that the proper order of court was not. There's no proper direct order apart from the order mandating Natasha to write apology to the court and pay 5 million naira for what's it called, for contempt. The other one, there is no just mere findings of court, and opinion and belief of court. And me as a lawyer, the findings and opinion of court or belief of court is not order that can be enforced. We're not talking, because I hear Senator Natasha referring to section 318 of the Constitution.
Yes.
Particularly the aspect that talks about the meaning of the decision. There is no dispute here, but probably you doesn't understand that a court has not made a decision. The court has made a decision, and judgment is part of what the court decision by that definition. The point here is that whether the decision has been made by the court can be enforced. That is the point on ground. The court has made its own decision. He has made his whether or not that judgment is enforceable as it is now. And like I said, it's inchoate. And because it's inchoate, it is not enforceable. If you look at that judgment, you have it. Go to paragraph 12. That is the last paragraph of that judgment. What did he say? He said the Senate has the power to discipline its member. And I believe that Senator that she should be recalled. She didn't say I hereby order that she should be recalled, or I hereby direct that Senator Natasha should return back to the house. She didn't say that. She just expressed her opinion or belief. So in other words, I can advise free to the Senate. So you can you have done wrong, and in that regard, I am of the view that you can. So if you are giving me an opinion or recommendation, it's for me to either take or not to take. So that's why I say it's inchoate, and that's why I say it was not properly written in a way that people can be enforced. It was not written in a way that can be enforced. It's ambiguous. It's more or less like a declaratory judgment that is neither here nor there, where you have to do another case for you to enforce it. So for me, look at that judgment very well. We should not allow sentiment. I'm not talking about whether or not she was properly sanctioned, or what she has done warranted that sanction, or whether or not the court did not admit that that the court also admits that said judgment or that 6 months was excessive. That's what we call findings. That's not order of court. That is the finding of the court based on the fact before the court. The court found that that particular period is excessive. The court also found that the suspension was not in line with the rules. So those are findings. That are not order. And the fact that the court says those things does not mean automatically the court will now. It's just like there's a case I did. The other case was called, before they brought it to me, a judgment that entered. That's they call it consent judgment. Consent judgment is a judgment whereby both parties agree to what we call terms of settlement. Okay. And that term of settlement was now filed in court. So unfortunately, when they wanted to enforce the terms of settlement, there was an issue, dispute on it. And it was being challenged by my clients. And before it came to me, I was told by them that they'd gone to 3SAA, who told them that this judgment cannot be enforced. And this judgment, he has nothing to do again, that it's over. And I look at it and say, no, this judgment is inchoate. That even though the judgment say clearly in that time of settlement, it was clearly stated that you admit that you are owing so amount of money. And I said, look, there's nothing in that judgment that says you are directed to pay the money. So in view of that omission, that judgment cannot be enforced. And he said he has gone to 3SAA and they said, no, that judgment can be enforced. That he has this and that. And I said, give me an opportunity, let's try it in court. We went to court and the court agreed with me. In fact, the court said it clearly that if he has his way, he will not go with me. But unfortunately, that is the law. He followed me and they said the judgment was not correct. The judgment was inchoate. That at best can be declaratory. So what I'm saying here is that what court has said regarding what the state has not done well, right? Those are findings. That to follow all those findings, the court must make a profound order or directives to either of the parties. So in this case, it's lacking. You can go and look at the CTC if you have not seen it before. I can forward it to you. The court did not go further to say, I hereby direct or I hereby order that what I believe that she should be recalled. Even the interpreted what does that mean? Is that a command tone? That's not a command. That's advisory. So I align myself with the Senate, even though I also agree that a suspension was not properly was done with a vendetta, or was done just to what's it called, to intimidate her. But we're not talking about that now. We're talking about whether or not that order of court empowers her to come to resume. She knows that she will not be allowed to enter. She just came to do a drama and to show the whole world that she will fight for her right to just sympathy. But she said it that the Senate will soon go on a recess, and by the time they will come back, her 2 months will be over. I was expecting that she will wait, since she knows that in a time they will go on recess and they will come back in 2 months. And by that 2 months, her tenure will have her suspension will have expired. At that time, she can now come and say, look, by expiration of time of suspension, she wants to resume. That would be a different thing. The thing you are relying on that judgment of court. There is no order of court as I'm concerned. I align myself totally with the Senate position regarding that order. That order cannot be enforced. Let even admit that she wants to enforce that judgment. There are procedures to enforce judgments. A litigant who goes to court to obtain an order. It's not the person that will on his own or our own go to that place and go and enforce it. It's like me obtaining an order to reject a tenant. If the tenant refuses to go after the order has been granted, I'll go back to court to take the normal process for that judgment to be enforced. Not for you to on your own move there and say I want to enforce my judgment. And that's exactly what happened in Osun State when those people, local government people, say they got judgment and they want to go and resume, and they decide on their own, they got the support of the police, unfortunately. So, and then they dispatch the one, and then there will be chaos if you are out to do that.
Yeah.
In the court, say, look, I have a judgment, how to go and enforce it. The Senate also say they have a judgment based on their own interpretation. You are saying you have a judgment based on your own interpretation. You are saying you are coming to enforce. They are saying no, we also have our own judgment. You did not say so. And there's a clash. What will happen? So there are processes, there are procedures to enforce that. But because we are in Nigeria, it's just playing to the gallery. She's playing to the gallery in that regard. She's just enjoying herself and making herself happy.
Really?
And selling herself more. Selling herself more to the public. And probably by 2027 she'll be contesting for governor of Kogi State. Who knows? But for me, it's unfortunate that we are in this circumstance, and we are there because the court has not done the right thing. It was not properly written. If I'm telling you, if a question is given to a law student, a judgment, and that judgment is written in that manner, and it's given to the same judge to mark it, I'm very sure that student will fail it. And for me, it did not pass. That judgment was not properly done. Probably based on the understanding of the judge, probably deliberately, probably other influence. I wouldn't know. But what I know, my own interpretation, my own opinion, is that there's no clear order in that judgment to ask to directing Natasha to resume, or directing the National Assembly or the Senate to recall her. They only gave an advisory order. The only one that's specific. If you look at it, you see the way that was in paragraph 2 or paragraph 3. Regarding a contempt proceeding process, you will see that it clearly stated is the order to pay some amount of money. And I'm sure, I thank God, I'm happy that he's challenging that. Otherwise, that would be a plug on our political career. And because that, I also believe that judgment, that contempt order was wrongly given, because the procedures, as far as I'm concerned, were not followed.
Okay.
And that, thank God, it is involved. And that probably that is why she's not doing any apology, because some people are saying, why is she not obeying court directive, asking her to do apology, asking her to pay money? If she's appealing it, once she pay or send her apology, that means she has admitted.
Yes, very true.
That that judgment was correct. So people should just stop vilifying her, saying that she's disobeying court order. She's not disobeying court order. She has filed appeal, and we're also aware that they filed motion for stay of the execution of that judgment in that regard. So because if that judgment that could be against her whenever she wants to contest an election, that is an ex-conflict.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Barrister. So this brings me to this question. How is our continued suspension affecting the representation and welfare of our constituencies?
I'm not sure our constituencies have been affected.
Really?
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Why would you say so? Because she is not amongst the senators. She's not seated there. No one is representing her.
Let me answer the question now.
Okay.
Are
you there?
I still there, Barrister.
So, if they are actually affected, all this should not be going through it. It will be the members of the constituent that will be going through it. They will be the one to have blocked the National Assembly all this while. They will have gone to court and say, look, we are protecting, you are denying us our rights. I did not see majority of them there at the National Assembly yesterday. The fact it should be a continuous protest by them to say, look, you have suspended our senator and we are not benefiting from it again. We are not happy. There's been that. I'm not seeing those protests. They left it for her to fight. They see that it's a fight. She's the senator. and that she's representing them. I'm not saying that she's representing them, and they are actually suffering from our suspension. That's why I said I'm not sure they are feeling it. They are not feeling it as far as I'm concerned. In that regard, that's why I say so. I say so because they are not showing sign that they are feeling it.
Barrister, laws are made for man, not man for laws. And the question is, knowing most of the people who are fighting this are lawyers who understand better, who are more learned, and know the implications to some of these things. Why is Senate President Godswill Akpabio very adamant on just resolving this amicably? I remember when he had the issue with Bukola Saraki in 2019, I would love to believe, or 2018 or 2017, when he had this same issue with Bukola Saraki about seat change and all that. He raised so much voice. I'm talking about Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Then he was representing his community and his constituency. Bukola Saraki was able to handle it maturely. He would have gone the same way Senate President Godswill Akpabio is doing to Natasha, but he did not. So the question is, what has happened to our empathy as politicians in this country?
Unfortunately, that is a difference between leaders and rulers. Well, the way and manner it was handled by Dr. Bukola Saraki shows that he's a good leader. And the way and manner it was handled by Mr. Akpabio shows that he's a ruler. Even though, the way and manner it was handled by Dr. Saraki forced Senator Akpabio at that time to even apologize.
Yes, very true. Yes.
So probably if he has handled it the same way, probably Senator Natasha would apologize.
Very true.
But because of the way Amana handled it, he didn't do so. So for me, but notwithstanding that he didn't do it. You see, the issue we have here, why this issue is not being resolved, it has become personal. It's no longer an institutional thing. It's not about the country. It's not about the National Assembly as an institution. It's about individual. Have you forgotten that there are allegations against the President of the Senate? Allegation of sexual harassment. So because of that allegation, he has been taken as a personal war, and he's using all his power to fight it, including being a Senate president. As a Senate president is a leader, and if whatever he wants to do, other members, if they want to enjoy the house, they must also be subservient to him, and that's how we see our country today. They worship everybody in leadership, so as to go to get benefits for themselves. So as far as I'm concerned, if they are not able to resolve it amicably or use their spirit as a lawyer, because I know the majority leader is also a lawyer. There are about 3 or 4 leaders in that house are lawyers. So they are not able to resolve it in that manner because it's becoming a personal issue. If you can see me now, some people will say we don't even know where this man stands because I'm not taking side. I'm looking at the issue the way it should be looked at into, not taking side. I've given a state my own effort. I've given Natasha. That is the way it should be. But when you are taking side, you'll be one-sided. So you won't be able to even see the other side of it. And that's what we are seeing today. It's been one way, and it's been this manner because it's about ego and protection of personal interest.
Okay, that's a very good one from you, Barrister Tunji. Well, taking side is not even the best. Being objective is you being just truthful about the whole situation. All right, so let me just ask.
You can go ahead.
So what legal steps is Senator Natasha taking to challenge the Senate decision, and what are the possible outcomes of her appeal?
She has taken the right legal steps. She's already in, and they are still in court. And I'm very sure that even that the appeal, she has appealed again that affected her, and I'm so aware that it, and I'm also the one that goes against them. I'm just concerned, probably whether or not I'm concerned whether Natasha will be allowed to even come back after the 6 months. They got the matter is court, and when the matter to wait for the outcome of the court,
okay, are you still there, sir?
Well, I think we're having a bit of a glitch there. It's Barrister Tunji talking about what it looks like could be the after effects of what Natasha is going through right now. Kende, you asked a very important question there, you know, on what could be the outcome of all of this. And it's very so important that, that we look at this. You know, there are lots of things people don't talk about here. And that's the fact that, of course, let's not maybe, you know, make it a gender-based thing. You know, there are just 4 of them amongst 109 senators. 4 women, right? And rather than the men there, you know, protect them, you know, there are lots of things that I would love to believe lots of them have wives in their homes. Yes, and we all know how you women, you know what you guys do.
You're going there.
Yeah, of course I'm going there. You know, because it's always, you know. So we all know how you guys sometimes, you know, behave. You know, not that it's bad, but sometimes you guys have a way of your thought process and all, which is different from ours.
Yes.
Yes. You know, right. So because you might look to your colleague in a kind of way, and she might see it like a sexual harassment. And for you, it is not sexual harassment. You're just, you know, admiring her and making her feel good. Barrister, are you there? Hello, Barrister.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that aspect you are doing. Unfortunately, that admiration in some countries, even where take law seriously, could be
Okay, I think we lost the Barrister again. You know, we're having a little bit of a glitch there. So Barrister was actually, you know, talking about what I said.
Exactly.
You know, like in Nigeria, he was talking about the admiration thing. You know, you can admire a woman.
Yes.
And rather than see that as a compliment, oh, thank you so very much for admiring me. You can see I'm looking good and all that. In her mind, you know, she begins to make that up to look like sexual harassment.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, Senator Godswill Akpabio is a very playful person.
Very, very.
He might look at you and say, hey, you look like my ex. And before you know what happens, the person is seeing it like sexual harassment. Barrister, are you there? I think we're having a little bit of a glitch there. You know, so but what do you think about what's
well, okay, I'm going to take the I'm not taking sides. Let me just talk like Barrister Tunji.
Yes.
I'm not taking sides, but I understand how Akpabio was like, okay, this is it. I you know, in sense of admiring her and all
yes,
that. But
because Natasha is beautiful.
She is actually.
She is beautiful. Barrister, are you back? Are you there?
I'm with you.
Okay, yes, network has been a little bit bad. So let's just conclude before we round up.
Well, I've just said, I've said that look, the issue we are having on ground has to do with the issue of the judgment not properly couched or written, and I think Mrs. Natasha should also cite some patience so that it's a good case will not become bad by way of when she starts to put it in a way that people will see her as your own is too much. In Nigeria, the way we say things. And she has a good case, but her own is too much. Just calm down. So I think she should relax, wait for her 6 months to expire, and then come back, because it's very clear that the Senate is not ready to recall her. And they may not, and I would not be surprised if even after the expiration of the 6 months, they decide to say, look, we are still waiting for the determination of the case in court, and therefore you have to wait until that case is decided. So I think, like I said earlier, it's not about our interest, it's not about the national interest, it's about personal ego, and it's about personal vendetta against a particular person. And for me, I did not see that people who talk about because she's a woman. No, Senator Idume was not a woman. Senator Ngige is a man.
We lost Barrister again. Okay. Yes. So Barrister, okay. Hello, Barrister.
And they were all at the point suspended. So people want to put it and say because it's a woman, that's why they are treating her in that manner. No. Senator Ningi was suspended recently. Senator Alindume, Senator Omagege, and some other people have been present with that suspension. So for me, let's see that the way it is. Let's not put what's it called, feminist or sentiment into it. The National Assembly did not do well. I must say that the way Amanda was handled by the Senate President make it look the way it looked. So it's been in that manner. So I expect them to let the senator calm down and accept. There are people are not fighting for her. That's my worry. They're not fighting. I expect them to be in the forefront. She should even be in her house sleeping or watching them doing what she's doing now. They should be the one to be in the forefront and say, look, we are asking that our senators should be returned. They were sitting down waiting for and seeing that it's our team. And that's how when most of them get into that National Assembly or anyway, they see that it's my wala. But some people will tell you when the governor of River State was suspended, some people say why are they crying more than the belief? As if that seat, people of the state don't have the right to talk about the seat.
Well, Barrister, Barrister, on the case of Fubara, Barrister.
What did you say?
Yes, on the case of Fubara, remember he said people should not cry for him. That he's the one wearing the shoes and he knows where he pinches. So therefore, people should not. He hasn't sent anyone to cry for him. So when we see such statement from leaders, we should be fighting for. What do you expect us to do?
We have to sit back.
You are not fighting for the leader. That's what I'm saying. If you are fighting in that regard, what happened in River State, you are fighting what happened in Kogi State as member of constituent of Natasha. You are not fighting for Natasha. You are fighting for yourself. You are fighting for the state. You are fighting for your constituents. But unfortunately, the governor too does not understand it. He sees it as his personal thing. If being a governor, you are not there on your own. You are representing people, so you cannot see it as your personal thing. You can't say you don't care. It's your thing. They should leave you. No, they can't leave you because they are being affected by what is happening to you or by what has happened to you. So unfortunately, most of our leaders see it in this manner. Most of us or the followers also see it as their thing. If they are the one, they see our leaders when they are in position of authority as being there for themselves. Because that's the way. That's the meaning of what you said. That look, leave me. I'm not complaining. You need not complain. But me as a member of your state, I can complain. I'm not crying more than the belief. I'm fighting for my rights, for the right of my state, of my people. So the governor is not there by his own chance or by his own power. He was put in place in popular, what they say, the popular mandate in quotes. So having been given that in quote mandate, you must represent them. And if you're not doing, if there's something is happening that will not allow represent them, they have the right to speak and say whatever they want to say about it. You cannot say, don't stop, shut up. I'm not complaining. No, it's not your thing. You are not the owner of it. So that is the mistake we are making. And that's why I say I'm disappointed in the people and members of the constituent of Senator Natasha. They are not fighting for her. They are just doing jamboree. As she come to town, they come and celebrate her, dance and sing. They are not going to. They should be at the National Assembly door now, sitting daily to say we are fighting our senator. That our senator we have been deprived of our rights. But they didn't see it as such. They see it as our wahala, that she should go and face it. And that's why people will say, what's your own wahala? And that's how we say, you better apologize. You will just suffer for nothing. That's why you see some leaders who just give up and say, people I'm even fighting for, they're not even concerned. So as far as I'm concerned, it's unfortunate that in our country, most of these things are not known to us. We pretend, most of the people that are even to educate us also sometimes take a wrong position in terms of seeing those in government as a personal life or personal thing. No, it's not a personal thing. It's not a personal thing, and I don't agree with that.
Thank you so very much, Barrister. No matter where this particular position swings to, this will most definitely go down in our record books. Definitely. It will go down for people coming before, after us, yes, to read and to digest it. I do not know if anything like this will be as similar as Barrister. Remember the days Chuba or Kadibu took the maize from the National Assembly. I do not know if this is very similar to that era, and it is right now in our history books, and I still believe this will equally go down on our history books right now, and people will read it on the pages inside of the book. People will read it, and I truly hope that everyone concerned will learn one or two from this. Thank you so very much, Barrister.
Thank you, sir.
Henry, don't forget that made Henry, don't forget that made Stephen.
Yes,
is what gave Mr. Omar Agege the deputy Senate president position. So sometimes in Nigeria we encourage what look like humility. It's unfortunate.
Very true, Barrister. Thank you so very much for your time. We truly do appreciate you. Kehinde, thank you as always.
Thank you too.
For being a great co-host with me. All right, people, that's just about the time we have. We'd love to say thank you to you. Please do well to visit us. If you may, you can always find us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. I am Henry Igwebike.
And I am Kehinde Bodun.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.